Welcome to Barb's Crochet then. Okay, so thank you to all the subscribers, and if you're new here, welcome. And if you enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Oh, so I decided today that I am going to work on this blanket. It is the graph blanket, of course. I think every video I've had for the past few months has been on this graph blanket. I mean, this thing is huge. Fits on a California king size bed, and I'm on row 231, which is good because I am over the can't remember what it was, 2/3? No. You know what? I can't even remember where I was at. However, if I get to row 278, I will officially be 3/4 of the way done. So, this is the one I've been working on, and I decided today I'm going to work on this one, and later on tonight, I'm actually going to work on the gingerbread one to get that done as well. The only two blankets I'm working on, because blankets do take a long time, and normally I've only made blankets with like one stitch. Different colors, Well, I can't say one stitch because I did do the Betty McKnit blankets. And those have more stitches in it. But usually, like blankets, I normally go with one stitch. So this one is, even though it is single crochet, it's got the color changes in it, which I've never done like this on a blanket before. So this blanket soon will be 3/4 of the way done, which is going to be great. I haven't been crocheting as much as I'd like, but I haven't really, I don't know, I'm not bored with a blanket. I just haven't felt like I've had time to do the blanket. I've had to do other stuff. Like this morning, I got up, had my coffee, saw the husband off to work, saw the kid off to school, and then I have started my laundry, fed the dogs, got bills paid, got some stuff ordered that I needed, or that, well, I didn't need. It was for other people that they needed. So I got all of that done. Right now it is 11 o'clock here, and I'm just starting to crochet this while I'm waiting for my laundry. However, I just had a birthday, and my husband found a DVD set of a TV series I had been looking for so long. And finally, it was just at Walmart. Like, it was just there. And I've never been able to find it before. Maybe I wasn't looking in the right place, or I wasn't looking hard enough, but I finally got it for my birthday. It's called Diagnosis Murder. So I'm thinking for the rest of the day, since I have today off of work, I'm going to go on a Diagnosis Murder movie marathon. Whew, say that 5 times fast. But anyway, Diagnosis Murder has Dick Van Dyke in it. It's a pretty old series. It's 8 seasons long, and I am on the fourth episode. Couldn't think of the word. I am on the 4th episode on it, and I think I'm going to just put that on because I enjoy watching it. Diagnosis Murder with Dick Van Dyke. His son Barry Van Dyke is also in it, and I love that series. I do. Oh my gosh. I used to watch it on TV all the time till it wasn't there anymore. Kind of like I Love Lucy reruns, which I also have that series. And I also got the I Dream of Jeannie series. I've been looking for TV series, the DVDs, for a while now. And I think I only have a couple left to get. However, I did find the Once Upon a Time complete series, and I bought it. I was disappointed though, because the pilot episode, it plays the first like minute of the pilot episode, and then the last minute. In between there's like nothing. It just goes from there to there, skips. So I was upset by that. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that one. But I did get the Once Upon a Time series, which I did just skip that episode, and the other episodes are playing fine. But the pilot episode just isn't playing very well, or at all, actually. So disappointed in that. You got to have the pilot episode. That's really important, that pilot episode, you know? So let's see, what are the other ones I'm looking for? Oh, Star Trek The Next Generation, plus the Star Trek Next Generation movies. There's like 3 or 4 of them, if I recall correctly. So I'm looking for those. I found Deep Space Nine, though. I did find that one. And those aren't as hard to find, to be honest. They're not. The one I have to look up to see if they actually have it on DVD is called The Pretender. I gotta look that one up and see if that one is actually on DVD, because that is one I would like to get too. And the only person's name on it I remember is Sydney. They have a guy named Sydney on it. They also, in case anyone's interested, have Mike from Burn Notice on it. So I don't think he has a very big part though, but he is on it. And so I'm looking for those. I think I only have a couple more DVD series to get to complete my collection. I also got Numbers online. I found that one and I got it online, and I'm having problems with those discs too. I don't know if there's a place I can go to just like get them one that's reliable. I don't know. Maybe I got them from online on a place. Well, I think I actually ordered them all off Amazon, but maybe it's just not, they didn't send me reliable. It wasn't actually a reliable, what is it called? Seller. So I don't want to have to replace any of them. I mean, the majority of the Numbers series plays good. There's a few episodes that it like freezes and jumps. And Once Upon a Time, the pilot episode does not play. And then, let's see, I got Merlin, the TV series Merlin, which I was having a hard time because I was like skipping chapters and trying to get to the menu, and it just like didn't want to let me. So that took me a minute to figure out. It really did. Let's see, the next one goes by 2. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. I want to have a Diagnosis Murder movie marathon. I have today and tomorrow off. So that's what I want to do for that. And then we'll see how much of this I get done. But I came up with another project to do. But I can't really do it till after these are done. I've got that Hocus Pocus yarn that I bought for a blanket. And I still have enough left for another blanket. But instead of doing a star blanket, I'm thinking of doing like a willow square blanket with it and seeing how that turns out. Just one color for each square. I have 6 colors. So I'd have to see how that's going to look. Got 6 colors for the Hocus Pocus blanket. And I didn't want to do like another star blanket for it. I was trying to figure out what I should do with that. And I think the willow squares will come out quite lovely with all the bright colors. And then like make the edges the wow, neon stripes from Red Heart, I think is what it is. Make the borders that color and the joining that color. That could work out quite lovely. Now that I'm thinking about it, ooh, that might be on the hook. Because I don't have another big project like this planned. I'm not planning on doing another project like this right away. No. Actually, I only have 2 graph blankets planned. And the next one has a lot more color changes than this one. And I don't even have the yarn for it. So if this one's done and I start that willow granny square blanket with the hocus pocus colors, oh, that could just be so lovely. Oh, that's right. This is the booty of the elk right here. This color. It's coming to an end. The elk is coming to an end. I'm on the last bits right before the antlers. So this elk is ready to be done. And then both elks will be done. Except for the antlers, of course. But that's very encouraging because that means I've come really, really far. Makes me very, very happy. I did have to end up giving in, and on this off-white color, I did end up having to give in and make yarn balls because I didn't have enough skeins of yarn to attach wherever it, for the color changes. So I didn't have enough. Gotta go back by 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Did you know when you crochet it's hard to count to 5? Apparently it is. So, anyway, I ended up having to take one of my off-white colors and take some yarn off it into separate balls of yarn for the different sections. And I'll probably have to do more because I only need 2. So I might have to make a couple more, but I'm going very conservative about because I'm being very cautious about that because I don't like to make the yarn balls and then not use them up. I don't like having just yarn balls of the same color, just little scraps here and there. I don't like that. I'd rather just buy the skeins I need and attach each skein of yarn. And then I know at the end I'll probably have like 6 skeins, mostly used up, but same thing when you really think about it. It's just me. It's just the way I am. So, yeah, I was thinking about that today. I was like, okay, I want to use up some of my other yarn. And I do have a big bag of 2 different colors of yellow I was going to use for this. And I bought for this, but then decided they probably would not look the best with this. So I changed to the lace on the Caron 1 pound and the off-white. So I changed that, but I had already gotten the yellow yarn. So now I have to use that for something. However, I think I might do, I saw this, what was it? Sunburst? Sorry, the dog. Athena, hey. Give me. Okay, back to what I was saying. Dog protected us from whatever rabid butterfly was flying around outside. It was probably just the male. Anyway, I found this other, for this yellow yarn, I found this Sunburst granny square that I saw that looked pretty good. Thinking I might do that. I mean, Sunburst yellow, very predictable. But, it has merit. So, anyway, I know it's been about a week since I last posted. And yeah, I don't have a lot of projects going on at once, and I haven't finished a project, but it's just the way I crochet. And I know Babbling with Barb, I don't know if anyone likes it or not. I mean, I don't have a lot of finished projects to show right away. And when I do have a finished project, usually I take a picture of it. I have a whole thing of pictures of, I take a picture of every project I've done. And I put it in that file. So I know everything I've made. Now, usually when I make something as a gift for someone else, I'll make it, take a picture, give it to them, you know. So normally I don't actually have the product on here to show you. I really should make videos before I give the projects away. I really should. But it doesn't occur to me. It's like, okay, it's done. Off it goes. That's my thought. Off you go to your new home. But I do have a picture of everything I have crocheted. I don't think I missed taking a picture of anything. I don't think I have. I might have. You never know. No one's perfect. So anyway, I think Willow Square for the Hocus Pocus blanket. I think I finally figured out that's what I want to do with it. I have a few like that one. I have where oh, that was a hard stitch to get into. Okay, so that one I knew the colors I wanted for the blanket, but I didn't know what kind of blanket to make with it. I mean, I'd already made a 6-day star blanket with it, which is what I originally wanted to do. And then I had enough left over because I thought it was going to need a lot more. Then I had, and I think it's pretty much enough left over to make another 6-day star blanket. I'm pretty sure it is. But I decided I just don't want to do that with it. And I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do until I thought of those willow squares today. So I'm going to have to write that down or type it or whatever. So I know that's what I'm doing with it. And then I have all these shades of purple I got. And I was going to make a cardigan with it. But you know, I really think those would go good with the African violet blanket. And the reason being, my husband's grandma had African violets and they were so beautiful. And she took such good care of them and she loved plants. And anytime I see an African violet, I think of her. And as a matter of fact, was it Valentine's Day? There was some African violets out and there was this dark purple one and it just reminded me of her. So I got it. I mean, I used to have African violets till we had to go, I was on vacation. Well, not really a vacation, but we had to leave for a week. And the person who was supposed to be watching our house killed all my plants. And there was other stuff that happened, but since then I haven't had plants. But I saw this African violet. It's a dark, deep purple that I love. So I got it, and it got me thinking about the purple colors I have that I got for that cardigan. I don't think any of them are really dark, deep purple. I think I would have to probably get a dark purple yarn for it. But it's like 3 different shades of purple I have for this cardigan I was going to make, and then a light pink. So I'm thinking maybe instead of doing that, I will just make an African violet blanket. And I say that like it's just going to happen overnight. I know, like, poof, you're done with everything. No, that won't happen. Oh, let's see. And this is where the hard part comes in. Because all of these are wrapped up together. And is that 2 strings? Yes, it is. Wow. Well, which one is this? Okay. The yarn was just stuck together. Yeah, this is the hard part of the blanket right here. I have to turn this way because my bin is over here. I don't like it dragging the floor, but it's that big. It's like half the size of a California king size bed. I told my husband that. I was like, look, it's half the California king size bed. So he looks at me and he goes, so it's done. No, it's not done. It has a picture on it. So, of course, it is not done. And he laughed because any blanket I make, no matter how small I want it to be, if I plan it out like this, it's always a California king size blanket. Always. There is no other size, apparently. Yeah. So, that's how that came to be. Now, the 6-day star blankets, yeah, those were smaller. And my other star blankets, yeah, those are smaller. Let's see. I called it cookies and coffee. I used Red Heart latte yarn to make the 6-day granddaddy-o blanket for a coworker. They had their 10th anniversary. That one, I only used up the yarn I had. I didn't buy any more. And that one actually was more of like a couch throw blanket size. But that's only because I didn't plan it, and I used up the yarn I had, and I didn't buy any more yarn. It's the only reason it came out to a decent, not gigantic size. But still, I like big blankets. I do. I like the big, nice, warm, cozy, comfy blankets, which is probably why they all end up being so nice, big, comfy, cozy. However, normally, I don't have this many ends to weave in. I mean, look at this mess. Giant mess that I have. Oh, but I'm close to being done. So anyway, what was I saying? See, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, and then, oh my God, I know I was thinking that. Okay, so I was looking up the willow square block and I could not find it. I had been looking up the wisteria block. Well, I couldn't remember. I was like, where did I get this from? It just dawned on me. I got it from O Fire. They released some hooks called the wisteria hooks, and oh, they are beautiful. There's this purple with glitter. Oh, I would love, love, love to get them. However, I have way too many crochet hooks that I've gotten from O Fire and Pearls that I don't use because, they're pretty, so I got them. And the O Fire ones, I was afraid I'd break them. Ugh. I mean, one day maybe I'll display all of them, but like right now, I don't have the space on my desk, I guess it is. I don't have an actual yarn room either, so no displaying my hooks for me. But I also decided I wasn't going to get any more hooks. However, I couldn't find the willow square, and I couldn't think of anything it was called other than wisteria. No, it's called willow. It's the willow square I was looking for. And when I finally found it, I was like, oh, well, no wonder I couldn't find it. It's not called wisteria. And then I started thinking, wisteria? Why am I thinking wisteria? And it just now dawned on me that it was because the O Fire hooks I had seen earlier today that I really want to just buy. But I have other stuff I got to take care of. So, that I took care of this morning, and then some other stuff that's going to be taken care of this next week. So buying crochet hooks is just not going to happen, Captain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7. Okay. We got the right amount of stitches on this tree branch. I can't tell you the amount of times I've messed up on this blanket already. You wouldn't know it. You know, moving a color over here, this stitch over here goes, color changes. You wouldn't know I've messed up. I mean, only I would know I've messed up, and I couldn't even tell you where exactly I've messed up, where I should have moved the color over, or, one color over one way or another. I probably couldn't even tell you that now. I mean, this is a big one. Anyway, other than that, let's see what's going on. Lots of work hours going on. And gonna make willow square blanket with the Hocus Pocus yarn. Actually, that might be fun because that's really bright colored, and this one is muted tones. So that one might actually be fun. So I'll do that one and the other carrot cake blanket when I'm done with these two. And if I finish this one first, I'll start the Hocus Pocus blanket. If I start the other one first, I will start the other carrot cake blanket. And that's how that's going to go because, well, I probably should just start the carrot cake blanket either way. But I don't think those blankets will take as long as this one. As long as I've been taking with these other ones, I don't think it'll take as long. It might, knock on wood, who knows. However, I would start it. I really would. Now that I've had that thought, I would start it, except the last time I tried doing 3 projects at once, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to do this much time on this one, this much time on that one, or today's, I'm going to work on this one, tomorrow, tomorrow I'm going to work on this one. It just felt like I wasn't getting anything done. Like, it felt like I wasn't making progress at all. And I don't know why that is, because I really didn't see much progress on it till I decided, okay, you know what, I'm going to work on this one. And then I finished it, and okay, I'm going to work on this one, finished it. Okay, I'm going to work on this one, finished it. And then I felt like I made progress when I did it that way. But just doing it where one day I pick up one project, another day I pick up another project, I just don't feel like I'm making progress on anything. Time to turn. So I quit doing it that way. I did. Which just makes it longer in between. I mean, like this project, obviously, I've gotten a lot done on. I have. And I did take a couple weeks there where I didn't work on it at all. Stuff happened, life happened, Maybe I didn't feel like working on it. There was one point where my hands were hurting so bad from working on it. I just had to stop. And then I was thinking about it. Because when I use the hook I'm using now, my hands don't hurt like that. Well, I was trying the furls hooks I had gotten. And I was using those. And I guess I hold them like way different or something. I don't know what it is. But my hands were killing me. So I had to like take a week off of crocheting because my hands were hurting so bad. But anyway, once I quit jumping from one project to another, I feel like I'm making progress, really good progress. And I can feel like I can see that progress. So then I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this project. That's it. That's that. I shouldn't have put that there. And I just roll with it and I go and I get it done. So that's the way I am. I really want to start that Hocus Pocus blanket, but like, I can't because I'm doing this. Now, the other side of that is if I mainly like crochet this. I will crochet this when my husband's home. I will. He has no idea what it looks like. No clue it's for him. And you would think as big as it is, he might. However, I bunch it up so he can't see the actual patterns. Like right now it's just like crumpled in my lap. So he can't see the picture of what it actually is. And he just knows I'm working really hard trying to get this done and frustrating myself in the process. But he'll be sitting right next to me and I'm making this blanket. It's funny to watch because he's kind of like, why are you doing that to yourself? It's like, you chose this. I'm like, yes, I did choose this, but I'm not going to say it was for you. So like, I really want to start that wisteria blanket now. However, I was just thinking, like the gingerbread forest blanket, if I have like half an hour to an hour or so only to crochet, maybe I could work on that and not feel like I'm taking away from this project or not getting this one done. Maybe. Okay, I'm overextending my finger too much. It's starting to hurt. Maybe I can do that. I'm going backwards now. What in the blazes? This supposed to go in by one? Oh, you know what? It's not. I forgot to change what row I was on. That could have ended up badly. Normally when I get to the end right here, I just change what row I'm on over there. Oh, that does look like a tree. Okay, cool. Normally when I get to the end, I just change it up to one row up, but I didn't do it this time, so I was confused why it was telling me I needed to change color one stitch off of what I knew I had to change. That's because I didn't move the row. I've added an extra row, made more work for myself. So anyway, I'm sitting here crocheting this blanket. My husband will be right next to me, and I'm crocheting it. And I'm like, rah, 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 rah. He's just like, you chose it, you did it. Now you have to suffer the consequences. And I'm sitting there going, it's for you. I don't tell him that. I don't tell him it's for him, but it's just funny. I can crochet stuff sitting right here for people in my house, and they don't know it's for them. It is awesome. Although he's going to know how much pain and effort went into this because he's been sitting by me. When I started this blanket, it's funny because when I started this blanket, I started with the intent of him not knowing I'm making it, and I'm going to make it in secret when he's not home. And if he's home, I'm not going to work on it. Well, then I figured out if I do it that way, it's never getting done. Never. Till maybe our 50th wedding anniversary. Maybe. And I thought, you know what? That is just not going to work. So, yep, I crochet it with him sitting right there. Him none the wiser. Although, maybe he has figured it out. He just hasn't said anything. He's pretty smart. He's a pretty smart husband. He knows a lot more than he lets on. But I guarantee you, he does not know what this picture looks like. Nope. Not at all. So it's just awesome. And same thing when I made the blankets for my kids. I'm sitting here crocheting da-di-da as I do, and they had no idea it was for them. So it's awesome. And let's see what else. I do have that unicorn, mermaid, and fairy yarn that I have to figure out what I'm going to do with. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's going to get... I think people might get sick of me making blankets for them. I don't know. And I do have a blanket I'm designing that I'm not sure I should finish designing. It's only going to be 2 colors, but I'm on the fence about it, so I'm going to have to make that decision. One thing I was looking for today was if there was any shamrock granny square blankets. I was trying to find, I didn't really find any. I think I saw 2. There's the African violets, there's lots of flower granny blocks, lots of them. But I wanted to find a shamrock one. I like shamrocks, I do. I have this weird thing where, like, tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, right? Well, I have this thing where anything lucky, I've got lucky candles, I've got my own lucky coins, I have shamrocks I crocheted that I put up for luck, I do have some evil eyes, I have, goodness gracious, I have some bracelets that are supposed to be for luck. Sorry, I know that's not good, but I should not put my stitch markers in my mouth. Don't worry. All my blankets get washed, and this one's for my husband. This one, it's not for a stranger. Oh, I have a stitch marker over here, and I forgot to put it in. Actually, I don't even know if I did this part of the tree correctly. I did on accident, so cool. I don't have to take anything out. Whew. But anyway. Oh boy, this video is already 20 minutes long, and I think the first portion where the dog was barking is about 5-10 minutes. I don't know. I am just so babbling today. So, this is what I'm working on. I might be able either tonight or tomorrow, maybe tomorrow morning, be able to be like, hey, this is how many rows I've gotten done because I'm on row 232 now. Maybe I can be like, do a video, hey, this is how much I got crocheted or done on my 2 days off of work. Oof. See, it's falling. This is a big one. So maybe I'll do like a little update and just put it with this video on how much I've gotten done in the 2 days I've had off work, because I think that would be great. And if I can throw in my waffle stitch hat and make that in between as well, that would just make me so happy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the waffle stitch hat. Actually, now that I'm looking at this camel color, I have this yellow I want to use for the waffle stitch hat. I might use the camel color or the toffee color and double strand it to make it look like a, I don't know, kind of a darker brown, waffle. I don't know. I can make the center of the waffle yellow for butter and make the rest of it the toffee color. Oh, I totally should. I mean, I could probably work it in a way where if I put even a like this brown color for the waffle and then like this darker one for the darker parts of the waffle, just make it like look like drips of syrup or something. I don't know if I could do that on the waffle stitch hat. That might be way too much to take on. However, I was just thinking of double stranding the two together to make it look more like a cooked waffle. Oh, goodness. See, my brain is starting to go into what can I make mode? What can I make? Not focus what you're working on, but what else can you do? Yeah, because I do have all that yarn down there and I'm not buying more. So I'm going to work with what I have. And I do have, like, the Hocus Pocus yarn has its own bin. And if I make that blanket, I've emptied a bin. And my goal is to empty as many bins as I can this year. And I do have a couple blankets that are sitting there with yarn in their own bin. So maybe if I work that way, I'll empty more bins out. But I do have that bag of yellow yarn I need to use up. And I was trying to think, I'm going to make it into a blanket for a coworker. But then if I do that, I also want to make, she has 2 daughters that I would want to make a blanket for as well. Each little girl. Yeah, I know, right? I'm thinking way beyond my capacity to actually implement the plans. So, yeah. And I've never made a blanket that you have to put together before. I always try to make them this way, where you just do the color changes. I've never had to sew a blanket together before. I do like the seamless look, though. So we'll see if we can try that. But I do like the idea of the willow square Hocus Pocus, the sunburst square for the yellow, although I was thinking of just a simple project, but I haven't come across the perfect one. Like, have you ever had a yarn and You're not sure what to do with it, and it's like niggling in the back of your mind. It's just like hanging out there. And then you come across this one video or this one picture of this one blanket. You're like, I got the yarn for that. As a perfect, that is what that is for. Yeah, I need to find something with the yellow because I am not coming up with anything to make with that yellow yarn. It's not that I don't like yellow. I like the yellow. I don't really want to make anything with like long strands that can get snagged on things because things snag. I mean, and then if you have cats, I don't think they have cats, but if you have cats, they snag. If you're wearing, little girls are wearing jewelry, it snags, you know. So I don't want to make a poofy thing that's going to snag. Oops, I went over one too many with this white. Oh, crud. I have no idea why I did that. You know what? I can improvise right here. It will look fine. It will look just fine. Don't know why I did that. Okay. So I'm almost done. Oh, you know what? I am. Oh boy. Trying to figure this out. Yeah, this one was supposed to go by 3. I don't know why I did 4. Huh. Next one's supposed to go 3, 2. Okay. Think that's gonna be okay. Usually it is. I just I don't know why I did that. That's so weird. Every now and then I come across that where I put the stitch marker in the wrong stitch. It happens. Oh my goodness, kitty cat. No. She doesn't like me crocheting. Anytime I pick up my crochet, the cat comes up and she will lay on it or on me or attack the yarn as it's being pulled. She does not like me sitting here crocheting at all. At all. So she wants my attention. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going, put on Diagnosis Murder, and then I might just pull out. Ooh, I'll regret saying that. Pull out the wisteria yarn. I still have yarn I have to put away. Just some of the scraps. But that will be one bin emptied. I'm trying to talk myself into it, but out of it at the same time. Anyone else do that? I mean, that's crazy, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this video, and then when I edit, I'm also going to add maybe a little blurb at the end telling you where I finished this on. So when I started this video, I was on row 231. We will see where I ended, how much I actually end up doing in the next 2 days, and tonight, when I've had enough of this blanket, I will work on the gingerbread forest. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name for a minute. I'll work on that for a little bit, and I will let you guys know how far I've gone, because on that one I have like 3/4 of a carrot cake left out of 3. I have like 3/4 of one left. So that's going to be exciting to get done. I really am anxious to get it done. However, I need to see how much this one I can get done. And we'll see whether or not I pull out that Hocus Pocus yarn to start that willow square blanket. I think that's going to look gorgeous if I do the colors just right. Let's face it, I won't. But I'm sure it will turn out just fine. Just peachy. Because sometimes when you make a mistake in crochet, we just call it good and it turns out good, Turns out better than you actually thought it would. So, I'm going to get to that and I will see you when we figure out what I've accomplished in 2 days crocheting. Who knows? You never know. Something, nothing. Who knows? So, I will talk to you later. I will see you in like 2 seconds. Okay, so here we are, beginning of my second day off. And let's see, I am now on row 237 of this blanket. So where was I? 232. So I got 5 rows done yesterday. I wasn't trying to speed through. I was just taking my time. And I did have a couple of color changes and like this off-white. I just finished that one. So I just cut that. Yay, another tail. So I just cut that off and I did have some more color changes because I'm at the end of the second elk's head. Yay, 2 elk done. I just have the antlers left and some of the trees. Sorry, I'm talking so funny today. So this morning I crocheted for like, I don't know, 2-3 hours. I wasn't actually keeping track. I went to look in some grocery bags that I have of yarn because I wanted to see if all the yarn was for this blanket. It was, except for 2 items. One was from my green Inspired by Grace blanket, scraps from that. And then I had a ball of yarn, a scrap ball that I had wound up of the, Red Heart Latte yarn from the 6-day Granddaddy-O blanket I made. And I thought, you know what? That would be perfect with the banana yellow I got from Hobie a couple years ago on the Mega Ball. So I could make a waffle stitch beanie for myself. Now, it's the first time I'm double stranding anything. So I figured if it didn't work out, if I'm making it for me, it's fine. It'll be fine if it doesn't work out. Well, I made a couple of errors. First of all, that was not nearly enough yarn. I yarn chickened and the chicken won because this is what I have left. So I'm going to have to buy another small ball of yarn. However, here's what it looks like so far. It's very thick, which is what I wanted. And it mutes the brown, mutes the yellow. So it looks very nice. I wanted it to look like a toasted waffle. I'm not sure the banana yellow was the right color for it. And I was going to get some of the colors from my graphic can here, but I decided not to. So here's what it looks like so far. So obviously I went all the way down here, but I am missing quite a bit of latte yarn. So I'm going to have to get that before I finish. I still have this much yellow on that skein. I think I have one more skein of the banana yellow, and I was using that for another blanket I made for a coworker. So that was just a quick update on the beginning of day 2. I'm on row 237 on my graph blanket. That's how much of that beanie I got done, double stranded with banana yellow from Hobie and Mega Ball yarn, and the Red Heart Latte color. So we'll see how much I get done today, and I might do a little update tomorrow morning about how much I've got done on that. I know this video is going to be extraordinarily long and probably boring, but so far that's what I've got going on, and I'm going to continue my graph blanket because I feel like I'm making progress. I really can't wait to get to row 250. That is the new goal. So cross our fingers we get there soon, because it's all downhill from here. Although it still feels like an uphill climb, like a lot. But we're going to get this done. And I will see if I can update tomorrow morning how much I have gotten done today, because it's 11 o'clock again and I've already done laundry. I got it all put away and I just have dishes. Anyway, see you next time. Hey, welcome back to Barb's Crochet In. Oh wait, you know what? This is going to be in part of the other video. Okay, so today is an update where I do have to work this afternoon. I had the last 2 days off. So where are we at? On the craft blanket, I ended on row 242. So today I am working on row 243. I don't know how far I'm going to get today. I have a lot of errands and stuff to run. However, that does mean in a matter of 2 days we got 10 rows done, which I know does not sound like a lot. It really doesn't. But for as long as this blanket is, that is a lot, 1 row. And I've had to do a few color changes where some colors have ended and then I had to add on another section. So I got to a spot that's a little more complicated, but that's fine. I have officially finished the 2 elk bodies. I'm on the elk antlers now. So it's just the antlers and the trees and the alternating of the colors for those. So that's good. Okay, so I did the math and another, what was it? 36 rows and I'm 2/3 of the way done. No, 3/4 of the way done with another 36 rows. I have a total of 129 rows left to do on this blanket. If I did 5 rows a day, that would be 25, 26 days left. It's going to take me a lot longer because I'm not doing 5 rows a day. I am doing less. However, I feel like I'm actually making great progress and great time on this blanket. So, that being said, I have to buy another ball of latte yarn for this hat, for this beanie. It's very stiff, so I hope doubling it up, double stranding this beanie is not a bad thing, but it's supposed to be for extra cold days. That's why it's so thick. Waffle stitch is thick anyway, but this one's going to be really thick because I have double stranded it, but it looks so good. I was going for a waffle with like syrup. However, now all I see is ripening banana. Either way, I think it'll look okay. I like it, so I have to get that. My kid went to Walmart yesterday and they didn't have the Red Heart latte at that store. So it's not important. That's not life altering. I need it now. I'm finishing up the scrap blanket. That is the one project I am really trying to just crank out right now. So this video is already going to be like 45 minutes to an hour long. I won't keep you anymore. I just thought I'd hop on and today before my errands and update you on where I'm at on the blanket. Row 243 is one I'm working on right now. So I guess we'll end by saying since I finished row 242, we got up to row 242 to 10 rows because today I'm not counting today's. So that is the update for now. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, hit notifications, and until next time, you have a nice day.